What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of 10K on the Bay. Today I'm going to talk about my plan of going full-time as a reseller, and I wanted to see, just sort of have a live Q&A and see what you guys are up to. I'm going to be going on Instagram Live and YouTube Live at the same time. I'm going to go over my plan to go full-time on reselling starting on Monday. So a week from today, I'm going to go full-time. I'm going to have a little bit of help with my Facebook marketing company, so I am going to utilize the help, and I'm going to try going full-time on reselling. So let a couple of people come in here, and I'm going to repeat myself a couple of times for the people who don't have time to watch the video later. The summary is I'm going to work 50 hours next week starting on Monday and see what happens reselling full-time. I'm curious, so I have a little bit of help again with my Facebook marketing company. So I'm going to try going full-time for 50 hours and see how much work I can get done. What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm here on live on Instagram and YouTube, so I want to see you guys asking me questions on or tips on what to do when I go full-time. So starting on Monday, I'm going to literally try 50 hours next week of reselling the entire time, and we'll see what happens. My goal is to buy $5,000 worth of profit per week. So however long that takes, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that or not, but that's going to be the plan. The goal of me going full-time is to make 5K a week. What's up, guys? I'm going to be going full-time on Monday. I'm gonna at least try it. So Nicole, I was talking to Nicole State about it. She's like, if it doesn't work out, you can always go back to just doing part-time like you were before. So I'm gonna try it. Tomorrow also, guys, if you guys are listening to eBay Radio with Griff, I'm gonna be on eBay Radio tomorrow, which is cool. And I'm also hanging out at eBay Corporate at a reseller meeting. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I can talk to some eBay employees and see what they think. I'm not affiliated with eBay though. Thank you. Marketing Melody is in the chat. She's awesome. She's going to be helping me with my Facebook group. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with the Facebook group. I don't have time to manage it, so it's sort of AWOL. People are in there helping each other, which is sort of the point, but I think I want to take a little bit more active role in there. And I'm thinking about having possibly a live Q&A every day. So I might do one of these videos every single day when I'm full-time, just so I can supplement my income a little bit more, since I'm taking on a new expense of an assistant to help me with my Facebook company. So to offset that, maybe I will do some YouTube to counteract that. I finally figured out how to get paid on YouTube. It took me 2 months to figure out how to request a PIN number, which is, don't do what I did. Like, as soon as you sign up for YouTube, figure out the Google AdSense part. I signed up for it and I didn't know how to withdraw money until now. And I started on March 1st. So I'm a big fan of doing multiple streams of income, guys. Okay, cool. This is an excellent tip. Thrift Flamingo says, write yourself a schedule and hold yourself accountable. Okay, so this is the plan for now. I have mastermind calls in the morning. So I'm gonna work out in the morning, and I have 2 mastermind calls a day. I'm trying to design my own day. So in the beginning, I'm going to be helping other people with their eBay stores in the morning. So I'm not actually giving advice, but I'm hosting the mastermind call so people can help each other. So in the morning, we have wake up, work out, and do the mastermind calls. So I have 10 per week, and I'm limiting it to 50 people. So I'm going to be doing that. There are some people who are grandfathered in, and I have other calls during the week. I'm going to try to shift them all to the morning because that works better for me. And then I'm planning on sourcing from 9 till 5. If you want to join the mastermind group, check out patreon.com or just email me or DM me. I'll hook you guys up. But I'm limiting it to 50 people, and I am going to share more stuff in there, like exactly what my strategies are in a more concrete form. And what I think is super important, which is the accounting stuff, I'm going to go really hard on in June and try to figure out exactly how much profit I'm making. That might be something I hire for help too. So if you guys have a bookkeeper that you want to share with me, that would be great. Right now, my CPA is going to share a Google Doc with me on all my bookkeeping and accounting ideas, but I think I may want one that's specialized in online business. I haven't looked into that too much because, and there's been some great referrals, like Steve Rakin and Jodine, one of the ladies in my mastermind group, sent me a couple of referrals. So I'll take a look at some bookkeeping help, but that's going to be something I really want to focus in. So, okay, wake up in the morning, workout. I'm going to host my 2 mastermind calls, which you guys know are monetized. So I'm inventing my own life. So wake up, I have the 2 mastermind calls. So you guys know on Patreon, I'm planning on making $10,000 a month from my mastermind group and only serving right around 1,000 people. There's an article from Kevin. Actually, I'm going to look this up because it's really important. 1,000 true fans. There's an article called 1,000 True Fans. His name is Kevin Kelly. Okay, so there's an article called 1,000 True Fans that a lot of people recommend, and it basically means with 1,000 true fans, you can make $100,000 a year, and I believe that, especially since my Instagram and YouTube have been really, really supportive and really helpful. One thing about Instagram is there's a lot of bots, same thing as YouTube. So your following is not actually what your people are. Like when I posted what's up, Steve? I posted on my Instagram a question, and judging from the engagement, only about 2,000 people out of 9,000 on Instagram actually are active. So I don't know what that is. I don't know if 7,000 people are fake or there's robots or whatever, but out of 9,000, only 2,000 are actively talking to me. So I actually think I already have 1,000 true fans, which means if I serve the content to 1,000 people and they each give me $100 a year, whether I'm launching a t-shirt or whatever I'm doing, you can make 100K sort of doing whatever you want. But I think that I want to be a little bit more authentic, and I'm going to be a reseller and try to make money that way also, because I like selling stuff. So my goal starting on Monday will be to make $5 grand a week reselling, and we'll see if I can actually do it. So wake up, work out, 2 mastermind calls, and then I'm going to source from 9 to 5. So maybe 9 to 4, but at least from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. I would like to source. And this is kind of crazy, but I like to have prepared meals with me. I want to hustle, and I want to get the stuff. I want to eat on the road because I want to go out and see how much stuff I can buy in a 40-hour-a-week sourcing thing. So my basic plan is I'm going to hustle all day sourcing. I'm not going to do any listing during the week. And I'm going to ship. Actually, damn, I didn't think about that. Sorry, guys. I didn't actually factor in when I'm going to be shipping. Maybe I will ship. Actually, that really, I haven't been thinking about when I'm going to ship. Okay, I don't have shipping built into my schedule yet. So I may have to ship at night or in the morning after I work out. I'm not sure. But the shipping part of my business I haven't figured out yet. But I'm going to only list on Sunday. So I know it sounds crazy, but I have already 4 listers set up to list with me on Sundays. And I've already vetted them. I've already tested them. That's what I've been doing these last couple of months, is just refining some processes. So I'm going to share that with my Patreon group. But in one day, just so you guys know, I'm going to be upfront with this. I am going to make a course on how to hire a lister, because I think that's maybe one of my most common questions is I'm working and I don't have time. I need help with the lister. So eventually I'm going to monetize that part of hiring a person. But as you guys know, I'm pretty transparent. You could email me. I'll do my best to help you as much as I can, but I'm not going to hold your hand. Like, don't say, where do I source? Can you look at all the stuff with me while I'm sourcing? Can you help me while I'm listing? Can you help me when I'm shipping? Like, I don't have enough hours in the day to help you guys one by one. Shop Too Much is saying ship at night. So I may ship 100% at night, but I like the same day shipping model. So I guess I don't have a choice. I have to ship at night the night before. So maybe I'll ship the night before and just move my handling to one day. Let's see. I don't. Is it Opongo? Opongo 9000 says the true test will be the 10th, 15th, and 20th weeks. Okay, we'll see. So I can always go back to my regular job, right? It doesn't work out. But I do think that my YouTube following, to be straightforward with you guys, will be enough revenue that it'll replace my previous income. So I'm really taking a lot of notes on how to build a channel. The video channel that I recommend is called Video Creators. So Video Creators, please check out that channel if you want to build a YouTube following. It's really useful. I'll get back into the Q&A a little bit now. Sorry about that. Marketing Melody says, when I say ship, are you dropping stuff up at the post office? No, all my stuff is picked up daily. I have a spot around the side of my house that my post office guy knows about. And so he goes in there, he unlocks the door, he gets the stuff. I have a relationship with my post office guy that picks up my stuff. So it's gonna be picked up. So Apoko is saying he thinks that I can do it, but the first week is not going to be an indication of what you can do. I agree. So we're going to have to do the average. My goal is to do 5,000 a week forever because I actually like reselling. So a lot of people that quit probably don't like selling stuff, but I personally like selling things. I would be okay with selling for the rest of my life, but I'm not okay with listing. So I don't want to list. That's why on Sundays I'm going to try to knock out all my listing in one day. Not married yet, no kids, so I have more time than you guys. It's a little bit cheating. Also, I was mentioning to my YouTube following earlier, and Instagram, the majority of people who follow me on Instagram are moms, like 25 to 34-year-old women are the people who follow me on Instagram. Most of them have kids, right? So the common question I get is, how do I source when I have kids? Or how do I make money as a stay-at-home mom? Or you know, what are we doing? I want to free my husband from his day job. And so that is not me. I'm not that demographic, but I'm going to try my best to serve that audience since that's the audience I have. So it's going to be interesting. Clearing for Clarity says, what do I use for screen sharing? I use the program ScreenFlow. That's the program I use. It's pretty easy. You can do a lot of advanced things in there, but I'm still learning the process as we go right now. Anitra is saying, how imperative is the list every day for sales? I think it is imperative to list every day for sales. I want to get all my drafts done during the week and either schedule them or every day I'm going to go in there and adjust them and launch them. So I will have listings going live 7 days a week, but I'm only going to do drafting on Sunday. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna do maybe not 9:30 p.m., maybe 8:30 p.m. is when I'm gonna ship Pacific time. But again, I'll share it with you guys. One cool thing about YouTube and Instagram is you can share your ideas and people will tell you that you're gonna fail because of A, B, and C, and you can adjust. So I'm new to the thrift game. I just started in January with this whole new gig. But yesterday I went out with my buddy West Coast reseller, Jordan. If you guys aren't following her on Instagram, she's in all my posts and she's awesome. We went out and I think I made at least 500 bucks yesterday sourcing. And we only sourced for half a day and we had lunch and we just were casually reselling. But I'm gonna take it really seriously starting in a week from now and just see what happens. You know, I am gonna be excited and I like selling. So it's gonna be a little bit different. And also another thing that I noticed from my audience reaching out to me is I have a lot more energy than most people. So that is a huge deal. If you have a physical handicap or you're tired from taking care of the kids or hustling, you don't have as much energy as me. So there's a little bit of an advantage I have there. If you guys are watching me, please hit that like button. That would really help me get some engagement. We've got about 155 people so far. Very, very cool. If you guys are watching me on Instagram, go to YouTube and hit that like button and subscribe. This is another reason why I think Instagram followers are fake, because I have twice as many Instagram followers as I do YouTube subscribers. And I think, you know, I don't have very many fake YouTube subscribers. Yeah, maybe I will come to LA, check out sourcing. I've been invited by shopgoodwill.com to go to their facility to take a look at their eBay store. So Goodwill's eBay store, I think they have 600,000 items go through that store. So that's insane, right? They're like, they invited me down there. I'm gonna go take a look. It's in Orange County. and see what it looks like. The guy that's the director of it is in my Facebook group, which is called eBay MBA, which is kind of a mess right now, but Marketing Melody is in the chat. Hopefully she can help me fix it. There's a really good opportunity there to help people find an accountability partner, which I think is huge. If you have an eBay buddy, that really helps you stay on track because you can share ideas, and your family's really sick of hearing you talk about reselling. So yesterday I spent $211. I think I'm going to sell it for about $1,000. So $211 for $1,000 yesterday. Let's see, your girlfriend and you have an eBay partnership and she's a stay-at-home mom. That's awesome. There's a lot of resellers that have that gig. I think Rockstar Flipper, if you guys know him, follow his channel, his fiance lists. So that's a good gig. Nicole Stay, I think. These two-person teams are really good. Currently, my girlfriend is not helping me, but she does have her own eBay store, so she's learning the ropes. I am going to come to San Diego for sure. I have a lot of reseller friends in San Diego for some reason, so I'll come down, check it out. Awesome, guys, checking me out on the TVs. I apologize for not having a professional microphone, and I am doing a lot of live videos because I don't know how to edit. But shout out to Rally Roots. So Ryan and Ali Roots are going to help me learn how to do some video editing, which is great. So got to figure out how to do more professional videos and more vlogs, right? People are asking me to do haul videos and such, which I'm not great at. So I need to learn because that's what people want. And I also think that another reason why more women follow me than men is because they're curious what male brands sell and what guys buy. Maybe that's why more women follow me than men. I'm not sure. Or maybe Instagram is mostly female. I don't know. Yeah, I will come down. I'm going to do a, I don't think I'm going to drive across America and do thrifting. Maybe that sounds fun. But with an eBay store, since I don't have a dedicated shipper, it's hard. If I did Amazon FBA, I could source like my buddy Jameson and travel from state to state and just send stuff in. That sounds pretty badass. But currently I'm just doing, I'm just gonna do eBay. So Chef Honey is in the chat. I'm following him on Instagram. I think it's a he. I'm taking some advice on how to prepare meals. So I might get a sous vide machine. But anyway, I want to have all my meals prepared for the week starting on Sunday. So on the 6 days from now, I'm going to prepare all my meals. I'm going to have all my workouts laid out, and I'm going to have my route set up for where I go to source. I've got some really good ideas, including some stores I've never been to. So it should be very, very fun to share with you guys. I probably will not share my exact route because I don't want people copying me. Because it would be really annoying if people saw my route and did it the day before or whatever. Maybe there's plenty of money to go around, but I may not share it. What's up, Ronnie? Do people listening for me set the price? They do right now, but that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust pricing and keywords. So I'm going to have a listing party on Sunday and get all the stuff that I picked up during the week set up on the weekend. So, and I think that, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I'm thinking about doing a daily Q&A to check in with you guys because since I'm going to be losing money hiring not losing money, but investing money in my marketing company by hiring an assistant locally, I'm going to make up some of that money with YouTube money. YouTube has been extremely profitable. So yeah, let's see, you DM'd me. Yeah, if you guys could email me your store, it'd be a lot easier because on Instagram, there's not clickable links. So if you can email me a link to your store, it's going to be a lot easier for me to check out. If you just send me your screen name and you make me go through that an extra step of trying to find your eBay store, I'm going to be a lot slower to respond. So, and also, if you could ask me to look at some specific questions in your eBay store, I will try my best. But again, I'm not an eBay expert yet. I'm still learning. I'm going to probably give you some generic advice like you need to have more items in your store. Man, it's too much to handle all these questions. Thank you for telling people to follow me. I appreciate that. Okay, Kareem says I should do my listing party live. I'll definitely do that. Maybe not every week, but I could do it live so you guys can watch me what I'm doing, talking to my employees, what I'm having them do. After 1 month of that, I think I will be, actually maybe not 1 month. Maybe I'll release a sample of the course for some of you guys to see after a month if what I'm teaching actually works. But again, I'm not super qualified to launch a course right now because I haven't done it long enough for me to feel comfortable recommending you what to do. Did I pick up the up tempos? I passed. The up tempos were 75 bucks at freaking Marshall's. And since the Raise app is not doing that well right now because too many resellers are using it, I just passed. They were 70 bucks. They're selling for about 90. And it's tough to make a profit when, you know, it just wasn't enough profit. And if the Spurs weren't getting destroyed by the Warriors, I would have picked them up. Thanks for stopping by. You guys are having to leave early. Again, I'm just going to summarize it real quick for some people who are just stopping in. I'm going to go full-time on Monday, and I'm going to source basically 50 hours next week and see what happens and list it all on Sunday. So more than a full-time job, but that's okay. I'm ready to hustle. Yeah, if you could help me answer questions, that would be amazing. Is it possible to sell from eBay to Korea and Japan on the US market? Yeah, you can definitely sell from Japan to the US market. If you guys don't know, Japan has a really high-end amount of luxury goods, Korea too. And there's a lot less fakes in Asia, in my opinion, not China, but Korea and Japan have less fakes than even the US. So I think it's a great opportunity. If I were you selling stuff from Japan to the US, I would sell high-end goods to compensate for that really, really high shipping costs. I'd also sell Bape and Supreme like Westla recommends. I thought there were three Supreme stores in Japan. There are at least 5 Supreme stores in Japan. So look up the comps. If you could literally just sell Supreme and make 6 figures if you have enough capital. Yeah, I definitely need some moderators. The chat is intense. What's the benefit of drafting listings on eBay? For me, the benefit of drafting is that when I can go in, I can add my business policies. So basically, I can add this first class priority return shipping in a bundle. So if I list 100 shoes, I can adjust all of them to the same shipping policy, return policy, sales tax, some in California. I can bulk edit them. That's the benefit of doing drafts for me, and also adjusting pricing. Yeah, somebody else bought some flatware from Japan. So I definitely think the international arbitrage is interesting. I have a lot of UK, Canadian, and Australian resellers who follow me. So I'm trying my best to figure out some resources in Australia or wherever, just to get some ideas, because each market is different. In other countries, they don't have as much abundance as the US as far as like, I think the consumerism is strongest in the US where people buy way more than they need. So our thrift stores and garage sales are more abundant. But here's one thing I am gonna do is I'm probably not gonna do garage sales, even though garage sales are really profitable, just because Saturday I hang out with my girlfriend and I'm not willing to really give that up. Let's see. How do you do templates? You just set up templates in your eBay business policies. If you guys email me, I will send you the link, or you can just Google how to make an eBay template. And I guess you should probably make a video for that, but it's pretty easy. I personally do not use templates. I just do sell similar, and then I bulk edit to a business policy. So I don't have eBay listing templates. I use bulk business policies. And I actually have that link in the description below if you guys want to take a look at that. I am going to switch to Linktree also in the links below, because there's getting to be too many links. So I'm going to have a link to a page with links to keep it a little bit more simple for you guys. My Facebook group is called eBay MBA. Right now it's super ghetto, so I'm going to change it into more of a forum where you can find an accountability partner, and that's the goal. I don't think that you need that much information to be successful on eBay. I think you need accountability. That's another reason why I'm hacking it by trying to be public about it. I'm going to increase the competition that I have, because people are going to start selling the identical stuff as me. But starting tomorrow, I'm going to share both my stores. So starting tomorrow on social media, you guys will know my big store and my mini store, Low Key Husky, where I'm gonna push the private label stuff. And yeah, if you guys want to be involved with that, reach out to me. I do talk to people every day, one-on-one. And if you want to scale a Kickstarter or your social media or your Facebook or whatever, don't bulk send stuff. I don't send out any bulk emails to people. Although I will start creating an email list eventually that I can market to. But for the most part right now, as I'm getting started, like I don't have a huge following like Steve Reagan. So I need to start collecting emails. But for now, as I'm growing, I actually respond to people one by one, as time consuming as it takes. Like I just had an Instagram post with 200 comments. I literally manually responded to everybody. So I'm willing to put the time in to meet people. How many listings can I do in an hour? Me, myself, about 10. So my listers around 6. So a little bit slower, but that's okay. I pay per item. Yeah, a lot of people know my other store. So even though I don't share my other store, there's 500 people watching it. So there's already 500 people who found it. So it's not, I'm not hiding anything. I just didn't want people messing up my search ranking, but it's gonna happen anyway if I'm gonna be public. Have I thought about watching some of the rework upcycle fashion? Yes, so Jay Scott's talking about recycled clothing, and that definitely is a way I'm gonna shoot for with Low Key Husky. The first, like for example, I was gonna do some snapbacks. The company that's gonna do that's called Recap, I believe. That's a cool name, right? Recap. And they quoted me 17 bucks a hat for 100, which is pretty expensive. That's $17 each, right? So 1,700. So when I launch that, I'm gonna have to charge at least $35 plus shipping, which is very expensive because I want to at least, you know, do the markup of one time. And $35 for hats pretty expensive. It's not like outrageous, like that's what a New Era would cost, but I'm not a New Era, so I don't have that brand presence yet. Yeah, if you guys want to send me a sample of your Excel sheet, I mean, I'm good friends with Jason Sloan in Prof Sales. He has a really cool sheet for sale that you guys can look at. I'm just using Google Docs, and I'm doing a basic. Actually, I'm not going to show you guys right now because this is not an accounting call, but I'm not having trouble really keeping track of stuff, but it is manual. I'm not using an automated expense calculator right now. Add multiple photos every day and take the time to respond. I'm not sure what Chef Honey or Rob is responding or referring to, but let's see. Nicole is saying use the multiple listing option. Yeah, that's what I do. So I use the bulk editor to edit about 50 or 60 items at a time. I used to do more than that, but I don't have, I think it's my internet connection. I don't have a fast enough internet connection to do 200 listings at once. So I'm listing right now 50 listings at a time in the bulk editor. How do I feel about putting yourself out there? I don't mind putting myself out there. I actually think it makes me more accountable, but nobody really knows how much money I make because I have multiple businesses. You guys don't know how much money I make on eBay, but I have other stuff going on too. So I don't mind sharing my income. I actually think it would be really good if I was organized enough to be like Pat Flynn on Smart Passive Income and be able to share the exact dollar amount I make. I'm not that organized yet. Maybe I'll be able to say, hey, I made 100 grand this month or whatever. This is how I made it. This is, you know, how much tax I paid. I wish I was that organized, but I'll get there. My goal is still 10,000 active items on eBay. I will hit it probably fairly quickly if I go full time. Let's see here. What do I find my suppliers or distributors? So, I mean, there's lots of websites. There's liquidation.com, there's Bulk, there's SalesWho, there's a bunch of different companies you can use to find wholesale distributors. I'm going to look a little bit into that. I guess I should be more specific. Starting Monday, I'm going to try full-time thrifting, if that makes sense. I will spend some time doing retail arbitrage. Actually, to be a full, well-rounded reseller, I should probably look in the wholesale part of that time. So I actually like that question. And this is why I'm out there sharing my ideas, so I can get great tips like don't forget about wholesale. So I'm not going to share my wholesale connections. I don't think anybody should do that. I'm going to put the work in to find them. I'm not going to share them. I recommend you guys do the same. Let's see here. No, I'm going to only source right now. Right now, I'm going to do the only sourcing because I actually like doing it. I like sourcing. I just don't like listing. So on Sunday, I'm going to have people list for me. I'll do a video of me doing, you guys, if you look at my Instagram feed, there is a picture of 4 people listing in my house. So that exact same model in the future. I don't have any bots right now, but there are a bunch of people trying to build some for me. There's a couple of brands like Supreme. I'd like to figure out how to get at least a couple of every release. Let's see, you list on eBay and then sell and sell. I'm having problems keeping my store populated. So Thrifty Flamingo is saying that her sell-through rate is too high. That happens for some people. If you're really good at sourcing, like let's say Nicole Stay, if you look at her store, she's selling like 75% or more of her items every single month, listing 1,000, selling 750. Very challenging to keep your inventory levels high. You could switch your model if you want to do this to entrepreneurs. Luke, good buddy of mine, we're actually going to have a show on Sundays. Luke and I are going to do a show on business practices on eBay and share our best tips of the week. I think that'll be a really good show. You guys should tune in. If you're not following Luke, he's Endless Entrepreneurs. He has a totally different model where he's basically getting full price with every single one of his items, and he's willing to wait 9 months or however long it takes to sell. He doesn't need it to sell fast. He wants it to sell for full market value. That's interesting, right? So if you have a problem of not being able to catch up, like for example, you have a hard time keeping items in your store, then you may want to source longer tail, higher profit margin items. So for example, you can have a goal of $100,000 in sales and let's say 60 grand profit. That's actually possible if you go to the thrift store and you buy something for 10 and sell for 50. And that's the only stuff you buy and you're patient, sell 50. You wait up to a year or however long you want to wait, or maybe you wait forever to get to 50, which is the high end of the market. That's one way to grow your store month after month after month without, that'd be one way to grow your store if your sell-through rate is too high. Most people don't have that problem. Jedi e-commerce just started eBay. Damn, what's going on? Yeah, if you're doing Amazon, I don't know if I would switch to eBay unless you like torture. eBay is totally different than Amazon, and it's a lot slower. I don't know a lot of people who scale eBay very fast. That's kind of one of the reasons why I want to do it. There's 127 people here on YouTube. Please help me with the like button. If you're on Instagram, please subscribe so I know you're not a bot on YouTube. Let's see here. Yeah, if you sit on things, it's an interesting model, but a lot of the guys that kill it, in my opinion, who make 6 figures or more, they're not quick flippers. So very, very, very few quick flippers that make over 100 grand a year because their time runs out. Experienced that with the Low-Key Husky. Like that store has 69 items in it, and I sold 169. I can't even keep up with it. Like I can't even get over 100 items in that store because the sell-through rate is too high. We were doing that show. Luke, Casey, Jason, and I had like a show for a couple of weeks. We're no longer doing that, but we're all still friends. It's all cool. We just don't do that show anymore. Yeah, Instagram is a great way to boost your store. If you guys want to connect it to a Facebook business page, you can actually run ads to it. I'm not doing that right now. I'm doing the organic thing, but you can run ads to your store. I don't know if John from Travel Thrift does it, but it seems like there are some Instagram people that run ads because their Instagram followings are huge. And I think that helps. Paid advertisements helps your page grow really fast. Yeah, CG Barnes says, you can sit on larger ticket items, but smaller stuff doesn't make sense to me. I agree with that. So if you are sitting on cheap items, that doesn't make sense. Luke is buying items for 10 and selling them for 50, and waiting however long it takes. Don't buy something for 10, sell for 20, and wait however long it takes. It's not worth it. Would I rather buy clothes? Oh, I tried bulk, right? Bought 2,000 pounds of clothing. I wasn't that impressed with the results. It took a long time. I'm still not done listing it. So I don't know if buying bulk is my gig. It was nice though, because when I first started, I didn't have that much money, and buying bulk helped me build that capital, but it was a lot more labor intensive. I'd rather sell Rolex than a used Banana Republic shirt. Which is better to buy? Larita says if there's not a lot of the same items, she'll sit on it. I agreed. Again, that's another interesting thing. If the market's flooded, you should just sell for cheap and move on. If the market's really thin, there's not a lot of people in it, you can wait longer for a top dollar item. I need some moderators. This is intense. Tiff says she's like a spider. She waits for people to buy her vintage items before she attacks. That's pretty evil. I don't iron any of my clothing because I'm lazy, but you definitely can. I just am in doing the bulk cheap model, so I'm not offering that premium of an experience. Also, I pre-pack my items so that it takes so that my shipping time is a lot faster. It never takes me over an hour to ship all my packages as long as it's under 30 items, which most of the time it is. So Ronnie is talking about waiting it out. In my since I'm going to be full-time starting next week, I'm going to be in no hurry to sell my items because I'll have enough volume that I'm pretty sure that let me think here. Actually, my store right now is already making me enough money that I don't have to panic and discount my items really quickly. So I might wait longer. Like for example, I'm going to learn more vintage pieces. So like this is a Jeff Gordon racing jacket, right? In a quick flip model, you probably wouldn't buy this because it might take a long time to sell, right? This is a Jeff Gordon jacket. It's pretty cool. It's made in the USA, double XL, great size, right? But I paid $3 for it, and I think it's worth at least 50. Some people are saying it's worth 150, and there's 0 on eBay. So I could put it up for 100 or 150 and just wait for however long it takes and then take an offer for whatever I'm looking for. I'm going to be able to do that more than I'm thrifting. When you buy bulk, you just want to get rid of it, in my opinion. You need that fast turn. The fidget spinner things are everywhere, especially at flea markets. I don't know if you can make money on that. How much capital did I start with? I started with $1,000 in October. It's now close to 50 grand. So 50x my money in. But I got really lucky because like Instagram has really helped me. There's been people buying my items for like 10x because they're a fan. Or when I first started, it was a lot easier than it is now because I think there was less competition. Not that I think there's not enough money to go around, but like I've only been doing this a very short amount of time and I've already seen more resellers at the thrift store. So there's a lot of people who don't like their job and they want to do this. Yeah, I learned so much from Paul Cantu. He is the bomb. I love him so much. Like I'm watching all of his videos religiously, and I'm learning so much about vintage items. Percentage of returns, it was 2.8%. It went up to 3.8% after I hired listers. So my returns went up 1%, but that's okay. Yeah, see, like this could be $100 plus jacket, but I have to wait. It's a long tail item, and I'm willing to wait because I'm only in the item $3. Poshmark is great. I'm not going to do Poshmark because I don't do a lot of women's clothing. Although after hanging out with Jordan yesterday, I think I'm going to source with women. One, it keeps it interesting, right? Because they usually don't sell the same thing as me. And if I could pull it off properly, I think I would source with 2 people every time because then I would level up super fast. So I might say like anybody who's in the Bay Area and wants to go with me, I'm gonna go from 9 to 4 Monday through Friday. So if you guys want to hang out with me, we'll carpool. Let's do it. Like I did it with Jordan yesterday at the flea market. I'm pretty sure I can go with Jordan every single Sunday. So yeah, I'm going to possibly only list the second half of Sunday, depending on how many listers I have. And maybe I'll hang out with Jordan for a few hours at the flea market because I did really well there. Maybe I'll continue to do that. Let's see here. Also, I'm trying to get to 10,000 items still because I'm a freak and I want that big of a store and I want to maximize my eBay listings. So I don't mind a slower sell-through rate. It can take longer. By the way, I was going to sell 10,000 items. I might just list 10,000, not have to sell any of them, right? Let's see. You sell your husband's stuff on Poshmark? Damn. I'm just a noob. I've only bought stuff on Poshmark. I like John Barbados a lot, so I guess Thrifty Flamingo is right. There's men's stuff on Poshmark because I buy men's stuff on Poshmark, but I've never sold anything on there. So Jet's saying, why do I run a 50% sale off of my store? I mark my items up. I create an artificial sale by marking my items up 50%, offering a 50% off sale. It's just psychological. I like doing that. On a used item, like all the items that I mark up 50%, discount 50%, the markup is still below retail, believe it or not. So a $100 pair of shoes, I will do $80 on used and run a 50% off sale at 40. And if you guys look at Low Key Husky, that store is public. And then tomorrow I'm going to share my other store when I go on the eBay radio. So I'm going on the eBay radio tomorrow. They're asking me to come up with a list of questions. I don't have enough questions to ask. So if you guys could help me out with questions you want me to ask eBay, that would be super useful. Let's see. Yeah, the most common thing I see people reselling is books, for sure. Hands down, the most resellers I see are people selling books. Let's see. Greg is saying you'd rather have 100 high-end items than 1,000 low-price items. This is the thing here, Greg, and I made this comment on my previous video. It is much easier to find 1,000 items that are low-priced than it is to find 100 items that are high-priced. And that's simply a basic law of economics. There's just less expensive stuff than there is cheap stuff. But again, you can do it, right? You can have only items. There's a gentleman that's in my Facebook group that only sells $100 profit items or more, right? And his goal is to get to 200 items in his store. Wouldn't that be nice if you guys only had 200 items in your store and you're making 10 grand a month? But it takes him a long time to only source items that make $100 profit. So it just depends on your model. It just depends on your model as far as buying expensive items versus cheap. You just need to be better at sourcing. If you're a beginner reseller, you're going to have a hard time finding items that are $100 profit. It's Greg, right? Greg in the comments talking about he'd rather have higher end items. You have to have a little bit of skill to do that. You can't just start reselling and find things that are $100 profit. Let's see. Here's another point. High-priced items generally sit longer. That's not necessarily true. Like when I sold Supreme and Bacon, the high-end items, our average sale price was $220 an item, and it's sold super fast. So it doesn't have to be expensive and slow. That is a myth. Also, if you guys look at, like, let's say Craigslist Hunter, he's moving vintage electronics. You would think that would sell really slow, but it doesn't. If you look at his solds, he's selling this old 80s and 90s equipment within 30 days. Let's see here. Goods from Italy or fire. Yeah, I agree. If I could only sell one thing, it'd probably be Italian shoes. I would rather sell European goods on Amazon. Someone's asking, would I rather sell Gucci and Prada on Amazon or eBay? I'd rather sell it on Amazon, but I think it's gated. I don't know. Does anybody in the chat sell high-end luxury items on Amazon? I wasn't even aware you could do that. I tried doing it on the Real, but I don't need the Real. Their commission structure is too harsh. Like I'm able to make more money selling it on eBay than the Real. I just sold those Gucci loafers for 1,600 something. I'm a little bit disappointed I sold those because they were driving a lot of traffic to my store. But the Real was going to ask 2,000 to net me the same amount as 1,600 on eBay. So let's see. I did not get the cause posters from the Goodwill. The cause posters I got from Uniqlo, which is a retail store, and they just restocked, if you guys are following it. And I don't even think it's sold out. You guys can get the shirts again on uniqlo.com if you guys want to make a hustle. Awesome. So yeah, if you guys real quick, again, I'm trying to get to know my reseller friends. So if you guys could type in the chat where you're from, that would be great. I'm in Oakland, California. So give me an idea of where you guys live by putting it in the chat. That'd be super useful so I can get an idea of where you guys are from. Do I ever cross-post a listing on multiple sites? I'm only using Bonanza right now. The Bonanza site, I get a couple of sales every single day. I'm sorry, not every single week. Probably 1 to 2 sales a week on Bonanza, which is great because they only charge a 5% listing fee, which is awesome. Greg, you're in Hawaii. That's FBA hustles out there. Do you do a lot of Amazon and eBay? Wow, there's people in the UK, Portland, Atlanta, Colorado, Florida. Wow, this is cool. You moving to Hotlanta? That's awesome. Wow, this is so cool. People from all over. Obviously, the most people are going to be from California, New York, because that's the population, guys. Have you noticed that most of your stuff ships there? Let's see. Wow. People are in Pittsburgh, Canada. Yeah, let's meet up sometime. If you're in Oakland, please message me because I'm starting full time on Monday. So you should try it out. Yeah, I have my entire store posted on Bonanza. I don't know if I set up my low-key Husky store. I hope not because I don't have an email hooked up. So if I'm selling stuff on Bonanza, I don't even know about it. Riverside. You're from my mom. What's up, Thrift Daddy? So let's see. NYC, San Diego, Palm Springs. Cool. I'm gonna go to Florida because I wanted to do a local meetup everywhere. I don't know. I think it's cool. I'm actually wondering, Reezy Resells and I were talking about the fact that we could do a reseller meetup pretty much in any city because reselling is really lonely. When we hosted that event with 30 people, there was like a beautiful beach right next to us that nobody went to. They just talked reselling for 6 hours and went home. Like that's how intense 30 resellers in a group were. It was very cool. What's up, Hank? See, guys, Hank is on, I hope he doesn't mind me sharing this. Hank is on a fixed income. And he messaged me saying, what can I do with a fixed income? And we're literally brainstorming a plan for him to make enough money to, start life. So whatever you guys are trying to do, please hit me up, email me. I will help you if I can. I'm going to move into full-time reselling on Monday. And I think that I may do a daily Q&A like this where I talk to people because it's pretty fun. And also, you guys know these videos are monetized. So obviously I make a little bit of money. The ads that are on this are like GoDaddy.com, or I'm sure courses or money-making stuff is on my channel. That's what you guys have to watch for 30 seconds. The people who are actually watching a commercial before my video, it's all small business stuff related. So if you guys are curious on how Amazon affiliates and all that stuff works, please message me. I got my first Amazon affiliate check. It was $1.80. So obviously don't know what I'm doing on Amazon affiliates yet, but still learning. Let's see. Austin, Texas is awesome. I'm selling 1 to 2 items, so like 0.1%. You're in San Antonio, what's up? Yeah, if you could email me, JR, that way I have it in my email, that would be great because I can't respond to all these comments. Would I ever move to a different state? For sure. My girlfriend and I are considering moving to Austin, actually. Because I want to get married soon, and it's hard to get married and live in California. So let's see. Yeah, see, Tim is saying he's disabled and not quite fixed income. But yeah, I mean, just reach out to me. The reseller community is very healthy. It's very positive. It's very awesome. Hopefully we can hook you up with different people, different sourcing. Ultimately, I'd like to do some group buying, right? That's why I have a 50-person Patreon group, and I'm trying to share in their wholesale deals. Like, remember you guys, I gave Luke, Endless Entrepreneurs, a deal on 3,000 returns from LL Bean. Was it LL Bean? That had like a $50,000 MSRP. He paid $4,000 for it, so like 90% off. I'd like to get my little group full of wholesale deals like that, but I can't share that with 5,000 people, but I could share it with 50 people. Oh, sweet. My brother is here. So guys, I'm gonna jump off, hang out with my brother. Family first. God bless all you guys. Take care of yourselves. Get listing. Just wanted to share that I'm going full-time on Monday. So hope you guys all have a good day. And like and subscribe, and email me if you have any questions, 10konthebay@gmail.com. Peace, guys.